Back. Quick disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. This is all complete speculation here. There'll be no signals here. I'm just basically giving my speculation. I won't say anything definitive in assuming the markets. And as always, trade at your own risk. But let's kind of dive right into the week that we had of September 8th, 2023. In our last market prep video on Tuesday, we said we did want to see some sell side delivery. Again, this is the contract NQU of September. We did have a contract switch, which I'll get into briefly. But we did have some nice sell side here. This level 15,344 dropped down very nicely on Wednesday, and then the rest of Thursday we kind of traded down lower, which I didn't expect. I thought we were going to be a little short, maybe just take like some low hanging fruit and just come for like some easy targets here. That level right there, this 15,344, I thought was a pretty easy target. This was just an extra bonus of just repricing all this down here. Again, there was some play-by-play updates on the Telegram if you want a little more in-depth look of my thoughts on the market. I will drop the link to the Discord and to my Twitter and Telegram, so you guys can kind of see what my eyes are thinking by the hour. I don't do 1 minute updates or nothing like that. I kind of just give an update by the hour, kind of say we're doing in the morning session, and see if the PM session has something to offer. Most times I kind of avoid the PM session just because it kind of can do whatever. I just really like the New York AM session for indices. It's really clean. If you can get the bias right, you can really tape read and get a good handle on your anticipatory skill set. All right, so we did, like I said, have a contract switch. After briefly covering the sell side here, today, September 8th, was the contract switch. And if you're on TradingView and QZ, let's see here, just go here, make sure on the futures, E-mini, NASDAQ 100 futures, NQZ 2023. All right, so as you can see, like this, as it's all spacey, that's just as it's getting closer to expiration, or well, when there'll be more of an active contract here. This is as September's contract was kind of withering down a little bit. You can always tell this by the open interest also, and I'll get into that in later context there, but ICT does have quite a bit on when future contracts switch. Just general rule is once the open interest surpasses, when the front contract open interest surpasses the current month, just go ahead and make the switch over. And to recap a little bit on Friday here, this is let me just delineate this, the start of the week here. Oh, nope. I'll do it like this. There we go. Make a vertical line here. That's Monday. Let me just go to midnight. Boom, right there. All right, and then so the weekly range is going to be this high from this is Tuesday, and then we have this low down here to Thursday. So for Fridays, I don't, really speculate hard. I kind of just observe price on Fridays. But the TGIF setup is basically you can see a kind of a retracement off the weekly low here, which can be 20, 30, even sometimes equilibrium of the price range. So as we have the absolute high here with the absolute low, and look where we nicely stopped right here, right at equilibrium of the price range. Very clean, And then again, this price action isn't You know, I don't think Fridays are anything to sweat over, to be honest. But it's just, a good, more training for the eyes. Just get your eyes used to seeing and kind of building that weekly profile. Again, I really focus on the weekly kind of draw. So it can kind of, there's plenty of opportunity here. If you are, live trading, there's plenty of opportunity here to kind of eat off this. If it was, Tuesday where you ran the high, Wednesday when you first break down, or Thursday the continuation, or if you are a Friday trader, just how your life permits, you could have caught this back up here, which, there's something actionable kind of here. We have this order block right here. Price kind of moved off of this. You can kind of see that as an easy, again, not the cleanest price action. It just looks clean on the hour, just because you're zoomed out. I love the hour as, kind of like a roadmap for intraday analysis and stuff. And that's kind of why any updates in my Telegram or Discord are kind of going off the hour, because it's real clear. If you understand the hourly and, the 4 hour, you can do all right here. So hit that order block there. Boom, came up. Again, TGIF Fridays, or TGI Fridays, I should say. Came right up here to equilibrium. NASDAQ's the more squarely price action, more mover here. NQ might have maybe hit 30. I don't know. I was really watching it. 30%, 20%. But NQ is going to it's going to move a little more. There's a little more manipulation in that, for sure. So I'm going to do a quick, just a real light recap. Not a recap, but almost an outlook going into next week. And I'm going to touch on a few concepts that may seem very foreign, but I do plan on going more in depth with examples. I'm in doing just, some videos on it and kind of just sharing that information here. So let's jump back to NQ on the daily. Got to have my higher time frame charts here. If you're not on the higher time frames, I don't care what model you use, you will get absolutely cooked in the lower time frames. 1000%. Without the direction, I don't care if you're strat and you have full, whatever, full-time continuity. But if that's not somehow generated to the higher time frames, or if the system you have isn't really focused on the higher time frames, I would strongly recommend getting on the higher time frames and doing some back testing, journaling, etc. I do want to introduce a concept, and I briefly, I should say reintroduce it, because I briefly brought it up on Tuesday about the opening range on the week. I'm going to kind of go into it on the monthly time frame. Again, if you would like a little more context, go back and watch our Tuesday recap from this week. And I will also link ICT's video to it as well on the opening range. It is applicable on any time frame, just how I used it. I think it was on the 15 on Tuesday. It applies on the daily, the weekly, the monthly. It's all fractal. Okay. So, as I said, if we are looking at a bearish month, and it doesn't matter, right? We can take this daily out and we can say it's the 15. It's the same thing. There's still candlesticks that are going to do the same thing. We have end of August, right? The first, week of August. I'm sorry. The first week of September, non-farm payroll are usually weeks of accumulation. And this is going to touch on kind of the Power 3 concept. Again, I will link ICT's videos to this so you can have more of an idea. But I don't want to go too in depth because it becomes a lot. So I do want to kind of keep it light here. But the Power 3 concept involves accumulation, manipulation, and distribution here. So even on the monthly candles, it would be open, high, low, close, or open, low, high, close here. So the reason why I avoid the first week of months or whenever the non-farm payroll weeks are is because it's not really going to be much. It's going to be just kind of just the month opening. Here, we're kind of just building a range, getting some liquidity on both sides. Like this candle right here, this was Friday. You see the range from here, way up here, way down here. They're just pricing in orders on both sides, okay? Now that we had this week transpire, right, from Tuesday to Friday over here, we see how we swiftly come down here to this liquidity, drop down, and same thing if it's on the 15-minute. We had this quick low put in. Very swift how this moved, like how this week moved very, very swiftly, drop down, and we're trading aggressively away from it. With that, I would like to see Friday, September 1st high take in next, and then the third going into like the third week of this month. I would like to see potentially coming back and revisiting this low down here, right? So that would be an open right here in the between August 31st, the 1st, and then to the 5th here. And then we drop down, so that'll be open. And this will be that quick low, right? If we're expecting a bearish or a sell in the month, right? And then if we come back up here, we'll put in the high for the month. That could be our possible high of the month. So above this could be our high for the month, right? There is liquidity above here. Again, going back to the basis of liquidity. We came here, we took sell side. So what should we be looking for next? We should be looking for some buy side targets here. And look how we aggressively got away. These are daily candles now. So that's showing the aggression, right? This is a lot of price. This is a big void here, right? And I don't want to go into these particular gaps here. I don't want to go into those yet, but how they can act like as true resistance, and price can kind of just keep going up this way and kind of trend away from it, and then potentially come back and revisit it here. And we do have a daily fair value gap here, and see how we tapped it for a minute and then we moved straight away, aggressively away from it. So my idea that I would like to see for next week is to come and take out this high right here. And I'm just going to leave a question mark on it because, again, I don't know. I won't really have an idea until truthfully next week as it opens and we kind of trade around. And then again, Tuesday, we will do another kind of market prep. After Monday opens, we're not going to trade Tuesday because there's no impact news that day. It's absolutely blank. Forexfactory.com should be your roadmap also for anticipating high impact news, which many traders frankly don't know, and how it can affect what side of the ball you're on. Okay. And frankly, you should be avoiding these because the news that we have next week, we have CPI on Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern time, 8:30 a.m. Then we have PPI, right? So we have Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index. Producer Price Index is going to be Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Again, those are going to be before the actual equities open at 9:30. So those can be some very manipulative events here. So my goal here, and we'll have a more of a clear idea once next week starts opening, we start trading here. I like this small gap, this fair value gap right here between these three candles. I like this, right? I think this could be potential low of the week. And this is just kind of, seeing price a little bit and, you know, having some experience on the charts. And let me just kind of give a quick, we'll see, let's get a polyline going here. Again, if we're using the same opening range kind of in weekly profile, you know, Monday would open, Tuesday would open, and we kind of briefly sweep above this, making some more equal highs right here. And then we can kind of, oh, wait, hold on. Let me see here. Oops. We kind of open wherever in this range here. This is a nice range Friday. So we can open inside of this possibly on that Monday, right? That's an accumulation. Tuesday could be the same thing, kind of just chopping around here. Let's see. And then, let's see, something like this. Sweep this high. Come back down, put in the low of the week. And then we can kind of come up here and take out this high right here. In similarity, that's, you know, this is an open, and then we got the low of the week. So this is that false high, right? That if we're looking for more upside, buy side, right? We're going to see that false high quickly put in and aggressively trade away from, down to some form of liquidity, and then get a smart money reversal here somewhere midweek, and then come up here, and, you know, we'll have, you know, some equal highs, I think, right there. I don't see next week being more sell side. I think we did a great job. I did not expect not all of this. The level I was calling was 15,344. So yeah, I did not expect any of this. So which is good, because if there was more kind of sell side to close in, we could, if we kind of closed in up here, we could come down and take the mean threshold of this and then kind of run up. But since we do have this gap right here, I think this fair value gap here, I think that could be some nice real estate to work with there, and might be able to make something happen. But we don't know for sure. Once the week opens, we'll kind of have a better idea, a better framework of what exactly is going on here. But that's pretty much it. I did just want to jump on and just get another video out here, kind of just, you know, posting some analysis here and kind of getting content on the air of kind of how I really structure and what I'm looking at when I see price action. But then again, this, if next week kind of does what I'm thinking or leaning to here, you know, that can play out to be something pretty nice. And it being September, where markets do get very smooth and they move, like how we saw this week right here. It can get real smooth. So that would be really nice to see if especially we took this high right here, closing the rest of this fair value gap up here, which is very reasonable here. Maybe some advanced gap theory here with the 0.75% level, and then completely filling it in. Maybe even revisiting. This is an old monthly volume imbalance here, especially with CPI. CPI can really reach for liquidity, a very high impact event. Again, I would stay away from it. That is just, you know, my belief I subscribe to. But that's pretty much it here. I will talk to you guys next week. I will maybe get a lesson out as well this weekend, probably touching on power three concept, and the opening range concepts. I am gonna put the links in these videos here, just so you can kind of have a precursor to the concept, and then once I kind of dive into the topic, hopefully it kind of plays out more here. And then, of course, once again, all the credit does go to the Inner Circle Trader on YouTube and Twitter. Again, I'm not the author of these concepts. I do not claim to be. I just use them, and this is the method I use to speculate the marketplace. So until next time, good luck and good trading.